All right, we're at problem number 5, and I really think that your confidence should shoot up as you work problems. And I've always said this, that students should really start working from problem number 1 forward. And as they move forward, I'm not going to say the problems aren't going to get more difficult, but if you have not done problem number 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, they really get difficult. All right. So what I want to do is I want to look at the one of these equations, and I'm going to say this equation here looks really easy to solve for y. But what I mean by that, I would just simply write down y equals 10 minus 3x. And then I would say to myself, this looks like I could plug it in there pretty rapidly, all right? Now what I mean by that, you get x squared minus x. What's y? Y is 10 minus 3x. And then you get plus 2y squared. 10 minus 3x squared is equal to 8. The one thing nice about having a key, though, is that you can actually look at the key to see where you've gone wrong, all right? So if I were looking at the key now and I was wondering where I got wrong, I'd look at this and I'd say, I wonder if I got that. And then next thing I'd say, I wonder if I got this. The problem that I have sometimes is I say I got something when I don't have it. So in other words, I'm not really looking at what I say I should be looking at. And that's a problem, all right? A lot of people have that problem, by the way. Now, the next thing, I'm not going to go through that, but you got to simplify. And my gut feeling is I think you'll be able to get to this thing over here with multiplications. What I mean by that, you got to square, multiply it out, combine like terms, get it equal to 0, you get that. The next thing I'm going to say, I really believe you'll get there, is you'll be able to factor that, all right? Now, by the way, one of those numbers looks pretty nasty, but one of the numbers is fairly simple, and it's just simply x equals 3. Now, so how would you get the y? I can't say this enough. Use this equation. What would the y be if x is 3? The y would just be 1. So I get this point over here. Now, the other one, more of a challenge for me. All right, what I mean by that, the solution to this over here is 32/11. Plugging this in, let me write this down for you. Y equals 10 minus 3 times 32/11, which is 96/11. Y equals 11, 110 minus 96. That gives you 14/11, right? Okay, we got those. And again, we're just walking through the K. We're studying. You studied a piece of paper with pencil, hopefully. I'm going to look at the picture. The picture is a picture of a line and a rotated ellipse. And I want to point out, looking at it, I do see the line, I see the rotated ellipse, and I see these points of intersection. Now, certainly, I think you could identify without the ruler, but I'll get the ruler out. And let me just look at this first guy over here. That sure does look like 3, and then I'll do the y. Whoops, sorry about that. Sure does look like 3, 1. Let me get my pen out. And this guy over here looks like 3, comma 1. Now this one over here, there's no way I could read it from the graph, but I want to go through it with you. It's 32/11, which is a little bit below 3, and 14/11, which is going to be certainly above the 1. So this one I said, 32/11, it's a little bit below the 3, certainly stands to reason, and 14/11 up here is certainly above the 1. Now why is that? 11 goes into 14/1 with the remainder of 3/11. All right, so it's very, very simple. Could you have read that from the graph? No way. You could not have read that from the graph, right? Even if you blew it up and scaled it. Actually, if you blew it up and scaled it and it's accurately drawn, you probably could get a pretty good approximation to it, all right? Okay, so I'm going to say, although the problems aren't getting easier, I'm getting more comfortable with the problems, and you should be as well, all right? Let me just remind you again, my name is Ron Bannon, email address, B as in boy, @ NNON.US. Thank you.